Okay, so we are back live, technical difficulties, with Let's Debate with Tony Lisa. And of course, I have my lovely team here. Shout out to Elegance and Focus magazine. We're going to start off with introducing Rel.
Uh, Hello, everybody. It's me back again, your favorite, Rel. I'm here, joined by all of the ladies, by myself. Hopefully, I get some help soon.
Well, good evening, everyone. This your girl Nikki.
Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Zainab again, Z, back again for some fun talking. Interesting topic.
Very.
Um, I have my little sister here in the background. As you guys know, I am currently in Tobago. So I'm going to ask my lovely sister, Maya, to go onto my YouTube, Natural Beauty Mellow, and share it on my Instagram. Love you. So,
Look at you with a little
She got
assistant.
she got
Look at
she
you.
got her little assistant helping her.
my
Shoot, I
little
wish I had a personal assistant.
friend,
Assistant.
Word.
I'll be
all she
telling them
did
give
was
me
say
some
that.
snacks because y'all
People
know
get
I'm
on the
greedy.
front of magazines, they get assistants. I see how that go.
Exactly.
Right? If Elegance and Focus is in the live, please do share the new YouTube link. YouTube link. Now, today we are talking about the magical, the fruitful, the great feeling of all feelings.
Second greatest feeling. Second.
You dad,
So the
second
first
grader.
feeling, what's the
Payday.
first great feeling?
Payday.
When you get that paycheck.
It would be my
Yeah.
first great feeling if it like my money wasn't already claimed before it like even got in my pocket.
Yeah. I mean, Kanye told us that we spend money before we get it. We know that.
Right. Now, with that said, of course, my little sister found his own 5%. With that being said, the expectations of sex before even getting into a relationship and the expectation of sex while in a relationship.
Mm,
Before you guys
interesting.
get into a relationship, what do you think the expectations of sex is?
Before you get in a relationship? Mm.
Mm,
See, that's hard to say.
right. That's a good question, though.
That's a good
Got me
question.
thinking. Got me
It
thinking.
got me thinking too, because what is the expectation? Like, I think it's also dependent on the chemistry you have with the person. Like, one thing I can say is some men like to trash talk on their penis. Y'all be trash talking on y'all penis, talking about some. Or they be talking up their penis. Then and you be getting all excited and everything. Like, okay, taking your time getting and then finally when you get it, you're like, what the fuck? Like, really?
That make you
Like,
not want to
really?
expect for so much because you be
Really?
like you said, they be sitting there
Baby, the
and
expert
getting you
that's
excited for nothing.
for no reason. You be like, and they be talking about their head game too. Talk about some of my head game. You're like, okay, and you patiently waiting. You try to get to know them better. You're like, all right, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. And then when you finally get it, you're like, really, bruh? Like, what happened? Like, what happened to? I think that's the expectations of that. I don't think guys should talk it up. You should just let it be. They be talking it up too much. And then the disappointment afterwards just be like you just want to cry like, why did I do it? Why?
A body for no reason.
Exactly. He said it
One
goes
That
both
really go
ways.
both ways.
No, it
really really quickly. So Elegance and Focus is in the house. Shout out to you, Elegance and Focus. Do me a favor, just share the new link because we had to start the YouTube over. Um, Sorry, go ahead.
So,
Um,
Rel, what makes you think it goes both ways?
Because every woman swear they got the good. They swear they got the wop, and it's not. It's not. I walk around doing my kegels all day. My thing tight, and it's not. And it's not. So it
let's be
definitely go
real though.
both
Let's
ways.
be real. A female's private part naturally like supposed to have that like, elastic, like it's just supposed to bounce back. You know,
Yes, it does. It
like
does.
like
It
it's
does
not
The
bounce
banging
back.
out and then it
muscles.
bounce back.
I love women. I study the female anatomy. It definitely does like elastic bounce back over time. But if you getting ran through every other day, it ain't gonna bounce back.
Ooh, he said
Somebody said
bottom
boxing
line,
is
sex is
overrated.
overrated.
I'm not gonna say sex is overrated.
Sex is not overrated. What
I'm
sex you been getting?
I'm just
What
gonna
sex
say
is
you gotta find
overrated?
somebody compatible with you. I'm not
I
gonna say it's overrated.
I agree with you, Rob. I think you need to learn that person's body. Like you need to know their body language, what they like, what their dislikes are. So sex is overrated. I don't know about that part.
Now,
Yeah.
listen, so you know there's been this talk about going on dates, men paying for the dinner, the movies, and then expecting sex because they now have done this. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, mm.
Y'all want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Rob. 'Cause I want to hear from a man's perspective. I want him.
Okay, so the act of sex is always in the woman's control. Because a guy, literally, we can meet y'all, get y'all number, and if y'all say pull up, we pulling up. So y'all always in control of when it happened, where it happened, and how it happens. We have no control over that. So what we do is try to persuade you to release some of that control. That's why when we go on dates, some guys pay. That's why when we go to the movies, some guys pay. But the expectations isn't because I took you out on a date, you have to have sex with me. The date is for you to get to know me, that so you feel comfortable to have sex with me. We have no control over that. There's no relationship where the guy has the control over the sex. There's no anything situationship where the guy has the control. The woman has the control all the time. So the statement, "Oh, we took you out to date," that means you owe us sex. That's not true.
I mean, it is an expectation for many.
It's not an expectation. It's like a persuasion. What we do to persuade you to do that. Somebody letting off some firecrackers.
They go off
Some
over here.
gunshots. Pop,
4th of
pop,
July
pop.
has started in
If
New York, clearly.
it started
That's not
last,
fireworks. That's gunshots.
oh no, that was fireworks. It was fireworks. It was
But
fireworks.
I want to know. I want to know what the women think about that, since y'all assume that it's expectations from it, or do y'all not assume that?
No, it some men do think that because they take you on a date that automatically
A
that
little
means we're
a
going
little
home
$20
after this to have
dinner.
sex.
Now you need a butt open. Like,
Right. Like because you spent
hold on.
some money on a date, you're courting her. That
Yes,
doesn't
it's
mean now we
yes,
go
it's the courting
home
phase.
and we do anything. That's on her. If she chooses to, that's her business. But not for the man to say, hey, I took you to dinner, so now let's go back to my crib or your crib and let's, get it on. That's not how it works. That's, that's
But
courting
again,
a woman.
it's back to this. If I take you on a date, right, and I take you to your front door, and I say good night, and you say, "Oh, you can come in," you're inviting me into your house for something else to continue. Now, if I
That's
say
not
good night and you just
necessarily the
say good night,
case.
Why can't it be for a good
That's
conversation?
yeah. That's not necessarily the case. That's not necessary, and that's where you guys take it. Y'all take it to another level where you thinking you're you almost four steps ahead when it ain't even about that. Sometimes it's about just getting to know you outside of not being around like music. When you go out to a bar and you have people there and there's certain questions you can't really ask someone when other people are listening because I'm not gonna lie, there are other ears around when you're on dates. So there's certain questions you're not gonna want to ask where you can ask one on one in a closed space where you kind of feel that person can feel comfortable to talk and you can feel more comfortable to talk. So it's not necessarily me inviting you back into my apartment so we can get busy. No, it's me, I'll offer you a glass of wine, let's get to know each other a little bit better, and then you can take your ass home.
So let me say what I said again because I'm a man who means what I say and say what I mean. I said when you invite me back into your house, it's for something to continue. I never implied that that meant for you to get butt naked and have sex. I said for something to continue. Those was my words. You assume it's sex. Again, you could invite me in for a glass of wine and we can have a conversation. But we can also have a conversation on the steps. We can also have a conversation walking around outside. We can also have a conversation in the car. You invited me into your house because you wanted to be in control.
But not, I get what you're saying, but not necessarily because not every man thinks like
I
that.
get
Some
that.
men thinks that when you inviting them into the house, they thinking, oh, we about to get busy. You, in another hand, might say, okay, she's just inviting me in to continue on the date. But some of them think that, oh, she's inviting me in because she wanna get closer or get busy, and necessarily it's not always that case.
So I'm gonna say this in defense of all fellas: we are never in control, never. From the moment that we courting you, from the moment that we get your number, the fact that you decided to give us your number, the fact that you decided to say yes to a date, you are always in control. So if you invite us into your house, you are still in control. Nothing continues on to a sexual path unless you lead us that way.
All right, so he said facts. Women be assuming. Let's not do that because men and women assume
Be
sometimes.
assuming.
I mean, you
Right.
know what happened
Men
when
be
you
assuming
assume.
as well.
Assume sometimes.
You know what happened when you assume. You make an ass out of
As
you and
I
me.
That's a fact. Now, with that being said, ladies, have you ever experienced situations where you have been on a date with a man and they have expected sex at the end of it, or
Yes,
they did
multiple
something
occasions.
where you feel uncomfortable and you know it's because they're expecting this to happen?
That's happened,
Nikki.
but when it's happened, I
Yeah.
personally don't invite you back to my house because I already feel like the energy is, oh, so we going back to your crib. Hold up. Let me invite you, buddy. I ain't say that. The date went well, but if he's already on that type of time, usually I wouldn't invite back to my house because that's just like an uncomfortable feeling of him already expecting that something
So,
else more is going to happen. And if I'm not feeling the energy, I'm not even going to invite you back to my house if you're thinking or assuming, hey, we going back to your house or we doing, no.
so I've been on a date, right? I'll just one of my experiences. I've been on a date and the guy sits next to me. Like it's one of those seats where against the wall it's like a cushion, like a couch type of
Mm-hmm.
in, and then it had that one seat across from me, like a regular
Mm-hmm.
chair. He comes and sits next to me. I'm like, okay, first date, cool. Now he's like rubbing my arm and
Was
like,
this a dinner date?
yes, a dinner
Okay.
date. First date, first.
Okay.
Z, you know the situation I'm talking about. And when I tell you the most uncomfortable feeling in my life of just like, why are you touching me? Why are you sitting like why are you next to me? Just talk to me. Do you know my full name? You're doing the most too soon. It's just too soon. And then it just made me feel like you're not here to get to know me. You're here to try to like go to those like like ask me my middle name. I do. So damn, fake the funk. No, don't fake the funk, but don't if
Yeah,
that's
you
what you
you you
are
made a
looking
bad
for,
choice.
if
You,
that's what you are looking for, tell me ahead of time before I come out here. Don't lie and be like, oh yeah, I'm seeking this and I'm looking for this when all you're looking for is a good time.
yeah, you made a bad choice on that one because I'm gonna say 90% because nothing is 100%. 90% of the men, if we take you out on a dinner date for the first date, of course we're gonna sit across from you. We want to make eye contact. We want to have a conversation and get to know who you are. So you
Right.
just made a bad
I
choice with that one.
I ain't gonna say 90%. I'm gonna give y'all 80%. Cause I'm gonna give y'all 80% because I've been on the same date like Tony Lisa saying, where I've had the same situation where they get very too touchy feely real quick on the first date, and you're like, wait, back up. I just met you. It's a first date. And sometimes even if you're talking via phone and like texting each other, and then you go out on the first date, there's no reason why you should be touching me. Like, there's no reason why you should be touching me, caressing me, whether it's on my shoulder, my thighs. Some of them get way too handy, like be caressing my thighs or want
Or
to
trying to
caress your
kiss.
shoulder or
Or
trying
trying
to
to
kiss.
kiss.
Like, bruh, back up. I don't know where your lips been.
Then
Well,
We
I don't even
still
know
trying
where
to
we
get to
kissed
know
you
each
today.
other.
as someone who's been on a few first dates, I never initiate the kiss. I always read the room. Again, I've seen Hitch. I know how I go. You go 70, you go 80, and let her come the last 20. I know how I go.
He took pointers. You take
Of
pointers, but a
course,
lot
of
of men
course.
don't know the signs of dating. They don't know the signs of, you don't touch a woman on a first date. You don't, like, sometimes even if they pick you up. I've had a scenario where the guy picked me up from the house, and I get in the car, um, and we're driving to the location, and he caressing me on my thighs, and I'm like, yo, bro, can you keep your hands to yourself? Two hands on the wheel, please. Thank you very much.
Those
Like
are men
you.
who don't have a lot of female friends
Like,
because
you need to keep your hands to yourself, bruh.
I got a lot of female friends and they've taught me a lot about no touching. So I don't initiate any touch with any woman because my female friends already put me on the game. If she like you, she will initiate. There's no need for you to initiate.
But not every guy has that guidance.
This is
That's what
true.
I would say. They don't have that guidance. And then when you tell them about themselves, they take it very offensive. When you say, well, I don't like to be touched, can you not touch me? Then they go on a defense,
Of course.
you
Of
know.
course. I mean, if I do something and it's met with a strong or aggressive comment, of course I'm gonna go on the defensive end.
He said I should start walking with a taser.
I
I'm
already got
dead.
mine. I already got
Yo,
mine.
listen, I
And
gave
it
one
works
to my
really
mama. I
well.
ain't even gonna hold you, just in case. I ain't
I
always
got
give.
pepper spray.
I
I don't
gave her I
got
gave her
taser.
that too. I gave
I
her
got
that
pepper
too.
spray.
I mean, in the world where the dating scene is not just, oh, you meet somebody and you guys make arrangements to go on date. You guys are now meeting online, this, that, the extra. You have to now have protection because you go out there meeting somebody offline and you don't know if this person is crazy. You don't, like, they could have been putting up a front and then meeting you out to, like, throw you in the van and kidnap your butt. So you have to walk with, keep in mind, walk with a taser. Okay, walk
And
with
and Tony, you can contest to this. I've told all my female friends if you going to meet somebody for the first time, make sure it's in a public place. Meet
a
at the precinct, meet at 42nd Street, meet anywhere where it's a lot of people.
where it's
That if you
really
yell
busy.
help, somebody's gonna help.
So let me say this with the expectations of sex with this generation, like Tony Lisa was saying, with the way they date. Now, okay, I feel like this generation is a little bit different because I feel like they Netflix and chill, and
They
then they have sex, they fast, they have sex, and then immediately they're in a relationship. And it's like, how does that work though? Like, it's like it's like with them is once you have sex, y'all automatically together.
But does sex seal the deal?
I can answer that. I can answer that because that happened to
So
me before.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does sex seal the deal? Because to me, I don't think sex seals the deal.
I
With
100% agree
and then
that
that's why I
it
said
doesn't.
expectations. That's like expectations of sex in general. Just because you have sex with a person doesn't mean that you guys are on a in a relationship. So how does, I don't know, I want to get everybody's like thoughts on that. Does that mean like as soon as you're dating a person and then you have sex with that person, does that mean y'all automatically in a relationship
Well,
So
sex can
I
once
can
you
end
have
answer that
sex with that
question.
person?
I can answer that question because it happened to me twice when I was in high school. Um,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
it wasn't my idea to be in a relationship. It was as soon as we was finished. It was a I'm not just your friend no more. Really?
It was told to you.
Really? Yeah, I don't do this with
Look
just
at
friends.
Nikki's face.
So we more than that. And I'm
No,
okay,
because
okay.
some I believe him because some women are very emotional. They feel like if they gave up
But
sex,
guys,
we together. We something. But you
Yeah,
gotta
it's like
you have to
no, nigga.
establish that. Women gotta realize you have to establish
you
that
should
if
have
that's
asked that
what you
before you
want
gave it up.
before you have sex. Sex don't mean anything. That man could say, all right, thank you, good night. And
Yeah,
I
but
don't want to see you no more, sweetie.
when she
So
came to
you
my
better
house, she was my
establish
friend.
what you really want before even giving that up.
You have
If
to
that's
think
what you're thinking
beforehand.
as a woman, like, hey, I'm gonna give him some, we're gonna be together. You better establish that prior to that. He might say thank you, and I don't want to see you no more.
Thank you. Come again.
Right.
So, Rel, with the two situations that you were in, she thought you were in a relationship. How did you break it down to her that you weren't?
I mean, for one of them, I just had to tell her like, I don't know what to tell you because we could be more than friends, but you ain't my girl. But then the other one, I was like, okay with it. I was like,
You were
okay,
okay
cool.
with it when she told you you my man now.
She was no. What she told me was, I'm not just your. What both of them told me was, I'm not just your friend. We more than friends. The one girl, I was like, okay, and then the other girl, I was like,
You
that's
laughed in
funny.
her face.
Like that's funny.
Right after.
You laughed right after her.
It's one of them. How you gonna tell me what we are? It's we, not you. Tell me.
Oh
No,
wow.
Rel didn't like her. That's why he did that like that. The other one you see, he liked her. He was like, okay, I guess we together now, sweetie. It's right. The one he ain't
Yeah,
like,
I
he
guess
like,
we together now.
how you laughing her face, Rel? He dead wrong.
I mean, it wasn't like a hard laugh. It was like a chuckle. Like
So I have a
if you
question.
believe that,
I have a
because
question.
I definitely
How do
seen her
you
like a couple
decide?
days later and was like, "Hello, friend."
Oh, hold on. So how do you decide who you're having sex with before you guys establish that relationship title?
Again, like I said, it's all in the woman's hands. It's never in the man's hand because there's not a man alive that's gonna say no.
I personally
So
feel the
And
energy.
that would say no.
I feel like the energy determines to me. Like if you've been,
Yeah.
communicating with them for a little while before y'all started, going on dates, the energy was, will make you'll feel that energy, that chemistry where it's like, you know what, I really want to get to know them and I want to see where it really goes. But some people don't even want to get to know it. They want to go on the first date. And like you said, for some have sex and then they're in a relationship. For others, they have sex, then they end the little friendship or whatever they trying to build
the
because they ain't like the
situationship,
sex, the situationship. So I think it's the energy, but people don't really want to get to know people no more first. It's
that's a
more
fact.
so like, hey, let's go, we're out. Like,
That's a
Hit
fact.
it. Hit it and we together.
right?
And to answer your question, Tony,
They don't
if I
got
know
time to
you through
waste.
somebody and somebody introduced me to you and we develop a
Mhm.
friendship, there was no early attraction. But if I seen you out on the street and I got your number, yes, there was a physical attraction. There's nobody that's physically attracted to somebody that's going to tell them no. Well, no man.
He
He
said
said,
men
"Cat,
do say
men
no.
don't say no.
Men do say no.
Men
Yeah,
do
yeah.
say
We
no."
say no. We say no to the girl that we're not attracted to.
But okay, let me. Dang, that's messed up. That's
It's the
messed up.
truth.
But you know what I've noticed though? Why is it when us girls say no and it's just about the sex, y'all be getting offended real quick?
What you mean? What you mean? Like if
Okay,
y'all,
so let's say you don't want to be in a relationship with them, but they want to be in a relationship with you, and you're like, nah, it's just about the sex. We could just be friends. But y'all,
okay,
some
well,
men don't want to hear that.
I'm gonna explain that to you the best way that I can, and I'm gonna try to stay out of stereotypical lines. Uh, Men don't like to share, just like women don't like to share. And a key that
Ah.
opens many locks is called a master key, but a lock that opens to multiple keys is a useless key. So if you giving me the box, you giving Tom the box, you giving Dick the box, you giving Harry the box, it's like, do I really want to claim this person anyway?
But
What
what if you're
about
not giving everybody the box and you just using him for sex and you're not giving
So
everybody the box?
so in the back of his head, he's saying, if you're using me for sex, who else are you using for sex? If you shoot me down in a relationship, but you letting me clap, who else are you shooting down in a relationship, but you letting them clap?
The
That's what
feeling
he
has
thinking in the
That's
back of his head.
to be
mm,
a gentleman even then. Listen,
mm,
at the end of
That's
the day,
true.
like I said, us women do have the power to say yes and no. But it do have those men that be real smooth, dog. It is smooth with they.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate
I wasn't talking about you necessarily.
it.
and and I feel like we had this discussion before where it was said that women know the men that they're gonna sleep with before they even go out on that date.
That's a fact.
So it also is in the men's hand to not mess up that date. You feel me?
That's a
Because
fact.
if we come out there with the thought process, yeah, we got or sexy underwear, or this is about to go,
it's
That's
about
a
to go
fact.
down.
and then you just doing all kind of weird stuff, talking all kind of nonsense. You just turning me off. It's like, bro,
You
You
ain't getting these
thank
fumbled.
you for dinner.
pennies.
You
You,
fumbled. That's what
you ain't
happened.
getting these pennies. It's a dub.
You
Thank you for
fumbled.
dinner.
No,
It
you
was a
have to
great meal.
realize women do know who they want to
Yeah,
sleep with. So with
yeah,
that being said, if that man just be chill, he don't know it could be a great night for him. If that's what she want to do that first night or the second night or the third night. The point is men don't be chilling. Some of them be too thirsty. If
some
they
be.
just
I'm
chill,
not gonna say thirsty. I'm gonna say aggressive.
no,
Aggressive is
thirsty
a good
too.
word.
Thirsty and aggressive. Some aggressive, some thirsty. Like
They
just
not
doing
gonna
too
hold that.
much. Like just enjoy the date. Hey, you having dinner, you talking, you vibing. Let it flow because she knows. And if she feeling you, she giving you all type of cues. She giving you
That's
the
a fact.
eyes. She talking to you. She's flirting, and
She
she might
giving
be
you the whole
inviting you back
alphabet.
home.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But if you
Well,
just chill and go with the flow. It's just a date. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, go home, be a gentleman, call her for another date. You'll be surprised. Even if she don't want it the first day, she might have wanted it, but she might have been playing her little like, you know what, hard to
Have
get.
to get it.
Right,
Yeah.
hard to get the next date. But some men will, mess it up for themselves and it's a turn off. Because it's just like,
that's a
why
fact.
you want it so bad? You don't even know if it's good. I don't care how she look. You don't know if it's good. You don't even know if it smell good.
That's a fact.
Just just chill. Just chill when you go on
I'm
that date with that
dead.
woman. Just get to know her. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the moment and go with the flow. Like,
What about that 60-day rule? Remember
That's a
when Steve
myth.
Harvey dropped his book? They
That's
were
a
like
myth.
the 60-day rule. No, you
That's a
don't wait
myth.
6 days.
That's
I
a
do.
myth. That's a
60
myth.
I give it
days
2 months. I give it normally 2 months before
for
he
real,
gets
Z?
cute. Yeah.
That I'm gonna
Everyone
say
have waited 2 months, Z?
Well,
Yo, Nikki face is like,
listen, 2 months to the point. Like I let them, go down and give me the head, but
oh my
not.
god.
They ain't getting up all in
He
this.
said, I could get some, but baby,
You ain't getting.
you got
You
months.
got to wait. You got to wait.
so. Explain
But
that to me. Explain that to me. How does that go? Because
okay, so okay, I'm gonna
if
say this
I'm
when I
down
when
there, and then you just be like, no, stop. You know how hurt I
yeah,
am.
yeah, I've
You
done
know
that.
how
I've
hurt
done
I
that.
am.
I've done that. Which I someone said to me, like, you so fucked up. You gave that man blue balls and just said no. I'm like, yeah,
Facts.
what's the problem? Because at the end of the day, if he's really into me and he really is wants to be with me, he's gonna wait. He's gonna be
So
patient, he's gonna wait.
here's my thing. Here's my thing. I've never had that happen to me, and I believe if that happened to me, it's a dub from there on out. That's
Well,
just me. Because
then
you literally you show me your vag, I'm down there, and then you stop me before I even do anything. Then why did you
yep.
show me your vag in the first place?
Listen, it's about me at the end of the day.
He said this is why men play games.
This is
Listen,
literally
no,
why.
that is not true. That is not true. I feel like at the end of the day, you guys play the same games too because when girls go down and give y'all head and goes both the same ways. Some girls be giving y'all head and y'all don't give shit in return because y'all ain't ready to fuck her, but y'all be ready to take some head from her though.
Now
So it goes both ways.
I'm gonna explain that to you. Now, me personally, I don't
Oh,
do
okay.
none of
What's the
that.
explanation when y'all ready to take head but y'all ain't ready to fuck her?
Okay, let me explain that to you. One, it could be the location where you at. It could be that's not what you plan for the girl because you're not attracted to her that way. It could be this is just a smash and dash, and like you're not looking for nothing from her but the neck.
So what's the difference between what y'all doing and what we're doing?
We don't court that we don't court after them. We don't go on dates with them. We know what it is.
Some of
Yo,
y'all
pull up,
do.
pull up to the park, pull up to the crib, pull up here. It's going down. This is what it is.
Not the park, Ralph. Ralph said, pull up to the park.
Park. To the
Now listen,
park?
Pull up to
listen.
the park. Meet me at the staircase in the back on the.
That's a fact. Meet me in the staircase. It's going down. We all been 15, 16, 17,
Listen,
18,
shout out
19
to my
years old
aunt that
before.
just made it appearance.
Like pull up to the park?
If
Shout
he
out
I'm
to
not.
say
my
that
I'm
aunt that
already
just
and
made
she
an
pulls
appearance.
up, then I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
She know what it is and what type
But
of
I
time
feel
that
I'm
is.
like
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Pull up to the
Every
park.
woman is not allowed to come to my house. And before I was an adult and I had money, I had to use what was available.
So you, the park was available. If
the
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 park
park
is
was
park is
free,
the
the
park
park
is
is
available.
always
free.
open.
The park,
The
the
park is
car,
free.
the park, the car,
The car is free.
and the
The
park.
hallway is free.
The hallway.
The roof
But
is
is it
free.
is it
Like my man's
and
crib is
females
free.
did this?
Yes,
I
because they
Um,
was
believe
broke
him.
just
Back
The
in
like
the
you.
day,
first
yeah. Now
time
grown
y'all
women now, I don't know, but
the
back in the
first
day, yeah.
time the first
the
time y'all doing it is in a park or the car,
Yes.
see,
and this
see,
went.
you see what I'm talking about?
This
Mm,
is this this
Like,
is
how
this
is
is
that okay though?
okay, as an adult, as a man,
yes,
no,
the
that is
park
not
is dark after
okay.
hours.
But
I'm
as a
good.
teenager with wild hormones and no
That's
job and no money, you got to get
that
in with it
part.
for you fit in.
No head either Z. You not what
Facts.
I never said I know.
Facts.
I never said I was acting celibate out here. Nope. He said playing celibate. I never said I was playing celibate. Who said I was playing celibate?
She said 60 days. You
She said
know.
just the
I
60
ain't
day
say
rule.
60 days. I ain't say the full 60 days. If he acting real cute, he probably get it before 60 days, depending
And
on how
this is
you
and this is
acting.
why I said that's a myth. And this is why I said that's a myth.
And I said from the beginning, I said I've had guys wait between 30 to 60 days. It depends on how the guy acts. For me personally, I'm gonna make you wait a little bit. I want to get to know you better because I'm not letting any old penis being stuck up in my body, and I don't know where that penis been. First of all, because some men will show their real true colors within those 60 days, and guess what? You ain't getting no pussy within those 60 days. How about
Right.
that? You want to show your
I,
real true
Go
I,
ahead,
colors?
I
Z.
How
understand what
about
you're
you ain't
saying, but
getting no
what
I
I'm
agree
pussy?
with
saying
you,
is
Pussy.
Z. Make them
I
wait a
Because
understand.
little
at the end
while.
of the day, you gotta make them wait. Because then, even sometimes when they after they get the pussy, they start acting cute, and I'm like, "Oh, you want to act cute?
They was
Okay."
trying real
Yeah, they
hard
switch
before
up
that.
They
real quick.
trying real. They'll be
Start
switching
right
up
prior
What's
to
real
that.
that?
quick.
What's that
So
song? Oh
so
my
let me
God.
ask you a
What
question,
is
Z.
that song that
Because
we
there's
all
times,
sing?
wait, there's times my issue. Sorry, Tony, not to cut you. There's times where you give them the pussy quick and early, and then they switch up their game. Real. I've had girlfriends calling me crying on the phone, like, "Yeah, girl." So what had happened was we went out on a couple of dates.
And now he
And
don't
then
call
I
no
gave
more.
it to him, and now he don't call me no more. Now she all in love with the man. The man was talking his ass up, and now he don't call her no more. He don't text her no more. And then after
You
freaking
get
3 days,
the
he done
money after he
disappeared.
hit. That's what
And
the
after
song.
he hit, he went bye bye. He went disappeared.
You
He
get the
went he
money
went
after
poop.
he hit.
He
So
disappeared.
Now
He was
this is my
invisible.
only
to
this is
the
my
beginning.
question for Z.
This goes back to the beginning. Now, is it is it truly smart to really be having sex all willy nilly before you guys get to know each other and establish what y'all trying to build if y'all building? Because you're just adding bodies to your list for real.
And
Right.
I
So
had
True.
can I ask my
True.
question
and
now?
that's
Can I
Nikki.
ask my
That's why I
question
had to
now?
learn. I had to learn the hard
Hold
way
on,
with that.
hold
Go
on.
Right.
ahead,
I
Waiting
want
it
Rel.
to
out.
ask you a
Right.
question,
Get
Z.
to know women,
Oh,
Go
I
Z.
ahead,
want to ask
Rel.
my question for Z because Z says she does the 60-day thing and she makes people wait. So in 60 days, are you claiming this person as your boyfriend?
No, I'm not. I'm and within those days, I'm trying to see where their head game is at. What are you looking for? Are you trying to build something? You want to be in a relationship? Because I know where my head game is. So if I want to be in a relationship, I know if I'm ready to give it up to you, I'm just letting you know. Okay, are we going on that same page, on that same path? That okay, once we start becoming intimate, Are we trying to build a relationship and we're going to go in this way of, being committed with one another? If you know that's not what you're looking for and you're just looking for some ass and you just want to fuck and keep, then just keep it moving. Then that's why I don't have to give you pussy. You go your way and I go my way.
So let me ask
So
again
I
that
don't have to
question. So
stack up bodies.
if they make it through these 60 days and you ain't give up no pussy, and then you know, are you claiming them because they're a good individual and you know them and everything? Are you claiming them as your boyfriend?
That's if we're on the same page. Yes, I will be claiming them
Okay.
as my
So now
boyfriend.
you claim them as your boyfriend and day 61 coming, you give up the pussy and it's trash. Now what?
Listen, we're gonna have to make it work. This is why we're gonna have to. That's when to sit down. You're gonna have to sit down and talk to them like, babe, listen.
But
You
you don't think
know,
you
you're
don't
gonna
think
have to
you
talk
can
about the
talk
sex.
somebody into better sex? Like you don't think
Okay, listen.
learning,
Just like
So
what.
improving,
explain
learning
to
with
me
your
how that
partner.
conversation go with your
Okay,
significant other, with
okay.
your
No, you have
boyfriend. You
to.
gonna tell him he trash. Please
No,
explain
you
to me
know, you
how that
don't gotta
goes.
tell me trash. You just gotta let him know. Just like, okay, listen, I'm not gonna. There's
You're
certain things
not
you have
doing
to.
all that, bro.
No, I'm
You
not gonna.
don't know how to kiss. This is what I need you to do. This is what you doing.
Thank you,
Kissing
Tony
is one
Lisa.
thing,
It's a
Tony.
straight up.
I'm not talking about kissing.
If you
I'm not talking about
I'm
kissing.
using that as an example.
I know, no, it's not only kissing. Maybe he ain't working it the right way he should. Maybe I need to turn him on to get him to last long. Maybe he ain't lasting long in the bedroom. What can I do to kind of get you to last a little bit longer in the bedroom? This is why they got sex books. Some girls' oral head game ain't on point. You gotta read up and look. Maybe porn ain't gonna do it for you. You gotta learn
Okay, so
each
how
other's.
does this conversation go? I want to know how you say, "Hey, babe, your dick is trash. This is what you
No,
should
you
be
ain't gonna
doing."
say
So
it
he can
like
It's
say, so
not
he
that.
can
like
sit there
that,
and be like,
It's
bro.
"You
not
want to
like
talk to
that,
that woman?"
bro.
Bro.
No, bro. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna sit down. You're gonna tell the person you care about them. You're not saying that the sex is not great, but you would like it to be a little bit better. What can we do to make it a little better? Whether he's not lasting long in the bedroom, whether he's what is he taking? Maybe it could be something he's taking or eating. Like maybe we need to change up your diet. We're gonna figure it out together. But just
I
know that
think
maybe we gotta get
a
some
lot of
pills from the
men,
corner store.
a lot of men automatically after sex be like, "Oh, was it good?" Like, or during sex they're like, "Is it good? Is it?" So, in that moment, you can be like, "No, it's not good."
So have you done that?
So Lisa say you say
Have you
no,
been
it's
there and
not. Like,
said
oh my
no? It's
God.
not good. You need to change
And
this.
don't
Have you
fake
done
the
that?
front, like don't give them those facial expressions, making them feel like it is good, because we're famous for faking stuff. So let's not do that, ladies.
So have
Let's
you
not.
done that? Have you been there
Yes, I
in the
have
middle
done.
of intimacy
I've
and
I
said
faked.
faked,
no,
yeah.
this is not good.
Yeah,
If all ladies who raise
I
their
don't like
hands,
hurting
if they
feelings.
faked it, raise your hands if you faked it.
I ain't say
I don't
fake
like
it.
hurting feelings.
I did not say fake it. I said have you been in the middle of it and he be like, yo, is this good? And you be like, no, it's not.
N-
I
Uh,
wouldn't say no, but
I
I
want to say
wouldn't say
no.
like
I believe I've done the same thing. I give them the face like, yeah.
So what you lying for? What you gotta prove to me?
no,
Yeah, don't
like
lie.
no. I've faked. I've given the fake face, but I've done it once where I was like, because he can see in my face I'm not
Right.
enjoying
You're not really
it. So
yeah or no.
so
You
then
kind of just
he's
like,
like, "Oh, you
you want
enjoying
him to stop
it?"
asking so you won't embarrass him and tell him, hell no, it ain't good. Damn it. Please
Like
stop
how does that
asking me. I'm only
conversation go?
saying,
In the moment, elegance.
In the
In
moment,
the
you can't
moment.
be asking in
Said
the moment.
I've said no. I've said no, and
Yeah,
we had to stop
I keep it a buck
because
with
now
y'all.
we had a million or more questions. What are you not enjoying?
I didn't stop
How are you not
because it wasn't good
enjoying?
before. I didn't stop because it wasn't good before. Again,
What?
teenager running wild, running wild. This girl, she did not know how to give head, and in the middle of it, I was like, "Yeah, all right, you ain't got to do this. You can stop. You can stop." She's like, "What? You ain't gonna?" Nah, I'm not. I'm just gonna head out. I'm just gonna head out.
See, that's word.
So in a relationship, you have never, like, let's say if it was bad sex in the relationship, you never sat the person down and be like, okay, listen, this is the things we can do despite, like, if the sex wasn't as great, you wouldn't sit the
A
person
lot of
down to try to.
discussions need to be had at the
So
beginning.
so
Agreed.
in my case, I've only had a handful of relationships. I haven't been in a lot of relationships. So the relationships that I have been in, things have gotten better with time. Some things needed to be spoken up, and it's conversations that we've had before. Like, well, when you do
Somebody said
this, it
customer
feels like this.
service.
When you do that, it feels like that.
Customer service.
He said yes, customer
Customer service.
service. He
The
said,
answer to this question is no. Moving on.
Facts, facts, ladies. Can that happen? Because I didn't seen it happen multiple
wait,
times.
ladies.
Don't big your head up. You got a big head, bro.
I didn't seen it happen multiple times.
I need your list, and I need to go call them up, cause
Hold
you
on,
might be only one
hold on.
person
You need
available.
my list.
We need
You
references. We
need
need
my list.
references. We need references for
You need
facts.
my list.
Fact
I
check. We
need
need a fact check.
references, my guy.
I don't know
You
about
need
that
my
part.
hold on, Tony. You need my references.
I need your references, my guy. He's asking on the first time y'all did it.
Call anybody that you know that that I had relations with.
To say that you gave them
Tell
an
it, girl,
orgasm the first
no, tell
time,
it,
an orgasm the first time.
Call anybody you know I had
We
relations
calling
with.
this week. We gonna continue
Listen,
this. We
we need. Come on,
calling.
we need to call them. We need to
We
Look,
call them
we
right
will
calling
now.
have the
Put them
updates for
on.
y'all on the next show.
on the
Okay?
next show. We want
Cause
y'all to.
I'm gonna bring them
orgasm,
on one
We
at a
want to
I
time.
tune in
can't.
on the
Let
next
me
episode.
see. Can I think of a situation where I've orgasm?
July 4th, bro.
But you need my references. But you need my references. But you need my references. This is
Inside,
Wait,
crazy.
inside. I'm
This
gonna
is
put you on.
crazy.
wait. So
This is
Rel
crazy.
got one. Rel got one. You got one.
He got one. He got one.
You
You
Crazy.
got one
got
right. You
one.
lucky, Red.
He
You
got
got
one.
one. You got
You
one.
got one. You got
But you said
one.
all the time, so we need more than one. Because he said
Yeah,
all the time, so
that's
we
why I
need more
said
than
you
one.
need my references.
Yeah, but that's only one. Like
That's
Nikki said,
only one. We
you
need
need
That's
more
only
than
one.
one because you
one.
said all the time, Rel. So we need
We
more
need
than
we
one
we need
person.
we need references.
Right.
We need to call these references
We need
and
more
Here's
than
my
one at
thing,
verify.
least. We
right?
need at least three. Two
But here's
more.
my thing. We we fake the funk a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then we stay in these relationships, like we get into actual relationships with these people don't bring us the climaxing. And then what happens next? It's like
There's not.
do we help them like
This is
figure
the
out,
problem.
or we just continue faking the fun? That shit is like a lifetime of like sucky sex. Like, do we need that in our life? For real? Like, we're grown. Stop
I
it.
mean, at the end of the day, how important is sex to you in a relationship?
Oh, major. That shit is major.
I mean, again, it depends. This is why you have sugar daddies and sugar mamas and all these relationships because they taking care of them and it's not a sexual relation. They just like them because they
No,
taking care of them.
I think you know what the problem is in today's society? They're too afraid to talk about sex with one another and have that comfortable talk. If you're in a relationship, you should be able to tell that person what your likes, what your dislikes. Listen, you gotta bring toys into the bedroom. You better bring some toys into the bedroom. You better bring some lube. Y'all gonna figure it out. You gotta bring porn, whatever you're going to do to keep that person entertained and keep your sex life spiced up. Whatever, to each his own. I don't judge anybody. You want to put a swing in the bedroom, put a swing in the bedroom. Whatever floats your boat that's gonna make the
So again,
relationship work.
I 100% agree with you, Z. But there's some guys who are intimidated by toys. Some guys feel like if you pull out a toy and that shit bigger than mine, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is you doing?
But then that means you're not really willing to step out of your comfort zone and know what would you rather her go outside and do it with somebody that's willing to do it, or have that
Oh,
experience with
it's
you?
not me. It's not me. My man Rory from Rory and Maul show. He said sex toys is your tag team partner. They there to help you. They
Yeah,
there to help you.
exactly. It's toys in general, or even if it's just porn or whatever. I think you should be able to communicate with your partner and be able to tell them what your likes and if you're gonna sit there in a trashy ass sex marriage, whether it's a marriage or relationship, this is why, like you said, Ralph, there's cheating, there's sugar daddies,
Not
sugar
worth it.
babies,
Hmm.
sugar mamas. This is why they have people in couple relationships.
But there's
Hmm.
people that don't like sex at all.
Hmm.
And that's fine. If you don't like sex at all, then the person who you're in the relationship with that doesn't like sex should be able to communicate with that person like, listen, babe, I'm not really into sex. I'm not
Hold
really
on,
into
son.
that. And should be
I'm
able to
doing something.
communicate with that person.
Ma, I'm in the middle of something.
Hi, ma.
Hey
But my thing
mom.
is,
Why
if
women
you
don't
know you
listen?
you're not a
Why women
person
don't
that
listen?
if you know you're not a person that likes sex, I feel like that should be communicated from the beginning because you don't want to you don't want to be a person that don't like sex and get into a relationship with somebody who you know is a freaky deek, want to do all types of things, different places. Like you don't want to trap nobody into that situation. Like they're about to go step out somewhere. If they're not
Exactly.
gonna get it from you, they gonna get it.
That's true. They're gonna be ready to find somebody else. They like, you already know I'm a freak. Like, what's up?
You cannot always talk people into better sex. You get that?
Nobody's gonna do something that they don't want to do.
Some are incapable. Blah, blah, blah. What?
Well,
Okay.
this one you gotta take them to classes.
What
You
if they
know there
don't want to
are
go to
classes.
classes?
There's
Remember we
classes.
saw the class with the pillows and
There's
stuff.
the dick riding class. Bam.
I seen that on Instagram.
Listen, some girls don't
So
know how to
you
ride dick. You're gonna have to learn
listen.
how to ride it. You
Oh
need to get
Lord. The
them
point
thighs,
is
strengthen them
there
thighs.
are things that we as what men and women can do to elevate ourselves when it comes to intimacy, just advancing new adventures within the bedroom. Right? We
This is
don't have
true.
to be dull if we know our partner likes spontaneous stuff or like different tricks and different toys and different things. We can do our research and get surprise them.
Yeah,
But
but
it's not.
reading on something and doing something is two different things. Just because you read on something don't mean you're knowledgeable on how to execute. And that go for men
This
and women.
this is why you got to practice.
And who you gonna practice on? Because while you
Sex
practice on, the shit is
therapy.
trash.
Mm.
The shit is trash.
This is why they have fake dildos. They have
A,
fake
dil-
dildos and
a
stuff.
dildo and a human is two different things.
Well, that human who's that person's partner gonna have to go through it until they practice makes perfect. You gotta follow instructions. Listen, you ain't doing it right. You need to move this way. You need to move it that way.
Yeah, a dude be going down on you. Move to the left. Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying. Get the
Virginia,
whole
shout
over.
out to her. She's one of my amazing designers. Look her up. She said, I am not going to lie. If it's trash, she about to leave y'all. She gonna make it
I ain't gonna
That
hold you.
leave
Like I
y'all.
said, I've done that when I was
Like
a
in the
teenager, the broke
mental.
days.
You're not even gonna
Virginia said,
finish.
boy, bye.
Right.
Virginia said, boy, bye. Get up.
Dang.
It's over.
That's
but I
ruthless.
think it's for every relationship, whether it's girl, with man, whether it's homosexual, lesbian. If the sex ain't great, they leaving.
I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
say
Honestly,
that
but
because
why not
there's
communicate
people
that?
out here who are not
Or
having
like give
sex.
them a second chance. Do y'all not believe in giving second chances? Like you communicate, I'm not feeling this. Can we try this? Or we
I
just
feel like a
not.
second chance is given if effort was there. They just really, some people really didn't have great partners. Like sometimes
Or they've been in long
the woman or the
relationships.
man has to learn. And if they effort is there, I'll give a second chance.
I
Because
believe in second
sometimes the
chances
first
too.
time too, you learning the body, they learning you. You might be a little shy, but if your effort is there, you know that second time you ready. Because now he's like,
Right.
all right, I know what it's hitting for. I gotta step it up, and the same vice versa with a woman. She may not put her all, being shy. Don't you? Sometimes you're uncomfortable. You don't know this man yet. I know
I
I've
agree.
personally felt that way one time where I was like, I don't think I put it down. I'm gonna have to try again. So I was glad I got a second chance. I ain't gonna.
That's how I felt my first
Right.
first first time.
Sometimes it
I
be
was
like
like,
that,
damn, I fucked up. I fucked up. That was too fast.
You know, if you didn't really put it down, if you honest with yourself, even as a woman, that doesn't mean your private wasn't good. It could just mean you ain't put your best performance. I know when I ain't put my
Like
best
you worked
performance.
all
I ain't
day,
gonna
you was
lie. It's
tired,
times where I
you
was
did it.
lazy. I ain't was an extra.
It wasn't your
Right.
A1 day one.
It
I
wasn't
got
my A1 day, right? And then I'm like, but it's up. That next time it's up. I'm
you. It's
ready.
up,
I'm like,
set it up, set it up.
But how is it? But there's some people who get married and then they just begin tired. Like especially when
No,
you deal
that's
with kids and everything. Like
let's
some
get into
people
that
still have to
now.
fit. Like when you get married, like
fit that in.
you be
So
exhausted after dealing with the kids, and then he come and you be
but
feeling
not
bad because
even just
this
getting married, Z. Not even
with
getting married, just
kids.
being in a relationship where you guys move in together and now you're both on a different schedule and you're both tired. You come home, you're still cooking, and now it's to still have that spark in the bedroom like y'all did back then.
I ain't gonna lie. Shoot, I'm a testimonial to that. But I think it's figuring out that time where you make time for one another, and you still got to learn how to still make that time for one another, where you can re-spark and have that time for one another, where you can get it on in the bedroom, like go out to eat, spend time with one another, and then you know get it on it,
Walk
or
up to
make
each other at the
vacation
bar like
time.
y'all don't know each other.
Yeah,
Do
like you
that.
don't know each other. Like, hey, how you doing?
Hey girl, try to pee me
Like
off.
still try to be playful one, because sometimes when you get caught up with work and life, it can really mess the relationship if you're not thinking of one another. And there's times where you have to just make it and let the person know, just keep them in mind and say, like, kiss them at night, like, babe, I think of you, da, 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 da. I
But you gotta
tired.
you gotta learn to switch it up
Type
as
it all
well.
up.
You gotta switch it up, because if it becomes like, okay, he's gonna walk in, she's gonna do this, it feel like it's so like scripted. It becomes boring too. It's like I already know when she going to back, she gonna lay down, she going or he gonna do this. Change it up, switch it up. You gotta, I don't know.
Jump off the
Y'all know I
dresser
love
on
a
it.
switch. Here,
This
everything. I
is
gotta
not
switch it
no
up.
pasa pasa.
Jump off the
Jump off the
dresser in it.
He
dresser.
said jump off the dress.
So Virginia said time happens. It's only a matter of time till one of you can't take how the sex is or isn't.
So you just gotta
So
jump off the
let me
dresser in it.
yeah.
Try something new.
You gotta
But
jump off the dressing room and try something new.
this is also why some people bring other people into the bedroom to kind of
That is
keep it
true.
spicy.
I ain't doing that. Sorry.
Don't
I'm
say it
just saying.
until you leave this earth. You don't know if you ever gonna do that. You could be 50 years old and just be like, you know what? I think she look good.
It's not happening. I've done that where I've seen girls. I'm like,
It's
oh,
not
she cute.
happening.
But I'm not doing it.
Yeah, listen, the only time will tell.
It's not happening. No, it's not happening.
Only time
So
will
Nigel
tell.
said date night and romance is necessary. Is
That's
that
true.
keeping the sex life alive though?
I say romances that say date night. If I'm living with you, do we really need to set aside a day of the week for date night? What if I want to take you out on
I
Monday? What if I want to take you out on Thursday? What if I want to take you out on Saturday?
I don't think it
That
matters what
kind of
day of the
kills the fun
week.
of it when you have to like you plan it like it's scheduled. Okay, every Monday we're gonna go out for dinner. It's just
I
bleh.
don't think
Or
it should be
right, switch
planned.
it up. Switch it
I
up.
think it
Take
should.
You got
Yeah.
to.
switch it
Nikki,
up.
you have to switch it up.
Switch it up on a
Communication is
Thursday. Now,
key.
And
now
truthfully,
next
I
week
don't
is
want to.
Thursday.
I don't want to always plan something. What if you just walk in the crib and I'd be like, "Yo, come on, we out."
Or walk
But
in the
that's a
Virginia, I
crib and
switch
be
agree
up.
like,
with
That's a
you.
switch up if you're not doing it at the same time all the time. If you just say, hey, let's go out, let's do that is kind of switching it up, because you might not usually always do that. Y'all might plan sometimes, and
Because I, I,
sometimes
would- I
just
would I would love for a woman that I come home and she call me like, "Yo, what you doing?" I'm like, "Nah, I just got in the crib." She'd be like, "Yo, get dressed. We going to see the Eagles game." Like, oh, word, we out, we out.
I kind of like
Random
stuff
date
like I
nights.
like a heads up. I kind of like a heads up, like a day in advance kind of heads up.
I need a heads
So
up. I'm sorry, so I can mentally prepare my day, especially
I
dealing
think
with.
I think it all
no. I
depends
I
on what it
prefer
is
a
you're
heads
doing.
up, but I love sometimes the random here and there be cute too, because it's like you thought of me when you just said, hey, I want to go eat right now, or I want to go to the movies. It's cute, but I prefer a
Okay,
heads up,
yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah,
like to
that's
get ready,
people.
like dogged up, plan our day. We might be tired that day from work, but I like a little random, that's cute. Somebody call you like,
Okay,
oh,
I
what's up
put
with
a
you? Like,
I
oh,
put
you just think about me? Oh, okay.
let me ask you this question, Nikki, since you said you like a little heads up. You went to Summer Jam this year. If you didn't have tickets and you was dating somebody and they came up to you and they was like, "Yo, Summer Jam today, we out. I'm outside." You gonna say no? I ain't got a heads up.
No, I
I'm
might
like,
say
do I
I'm
have an
going. If I'm really free, like if I'm free and I'm not doing anything, I'm going. But if I really, had something planned, I might be like, no, I can't make it. I didn't know I'm doing
Now,
something. But
well, I'm gonna let y'all know this right now about me, and this is for any ladies watching. I am an Eagles, Yankees, and Laker fan. I don't care what I got planned, unless it's a funeral. If you have tickets to see any of them, we
you
out.
going,
We out.
Chloe, Chloe, you hearing
Chloe?
Chloe?
You hear? He said
Chloe,
no, no. It's LMA, LMA now, LMA
it's
and
LMA.
Tim's.
LMA. You hear that? Bro, repeat so they can hear loud and clear.
LMA and Tim's. You listen up, listen up.
Oh, Thames, my sister. Don't worry. I'm going to help you with that one. Don't worry.
All right, all right.
Thames, my sister. You know what? Don't worry. Me and you will talk. Thames, I got you. Don't worry.
So going back really quickly, I love going on dates. I just don't like going on dates where there's that expectation. Because if you're asking me out on a date, then that's because you want to get to know me, which is my foolish assumption, which I choose not to do anymore. But if you're asking me out on a date, that's something you want us to go do if you ask. So there should be no expectation on my end.
So I'm gonna let you know about the expectations. The expectations is there is no expectations until you give off that energy. If we going out on a
But
date, the expectations is we going out on a date. But if we go out on a date and you giving me the come fuck me eyes, then the expectations is I'm about to go knock this down.
no, but bro, there's times where
Hard
you
to
don't
do.
you don't give that expectation, and they still expect that.
Right, they get
That's the
that
problem.
feeling off of just how you dress or whatever. But what if that's your daily dress, like way you dress every day, and they're
And
looking
even
at you
it's
like,
not even sometimes it's not even the way you dress. Even if the way you dress and you're dressed, and it's sometimes they read that as a way of just saying, "Oh, I'm about to get these cheeks."
Nah,
And
it's literally
sometimes
I'm
they,
I'm telling y'all it's the vibe. Because if we go on a date and all through the date, all you want to talk about is sex, yes, I'm gonna think you want me to smash. But
but
if
you
we
don't.
go on a
This,
date and we talk about
but let's,
the world, no, I'm not thinking about smashing. I'm getting your views on the world.
but what I'm trying to explain to you is I've been on dates where I'm talking about nothing sexually, and the only energy I'm getting from that next person is I want to smash you, and now this is turning me all the way off from this date, and now I want to pack my food up. Yeah, I'm not leaving my food behind. I want to pack my food up that you're gonna pay for and take it with me, cause you're pissing me off. Cause that's not what I thought we came on this date for.
but
You
bro,
see
I've
how you
even
see how
seen
she said that?
memes.
The food
No,
that you're
but
gonna pay for.
yeah, but real, I've seen memes on social media a lot of these memes where the guys have said, if I'm taking you out on a date, I'm picking you up, I'm paying for your drinks, and we going out, I'm hitting. I've heard so many memes like that. That guys have
That
said,
that that
if
that
I'm
is
feeding you, we going out to eat, and I'm taking you out on a date, I'm hitting. And I think that's so disgusting to me because it's like, okay, so are you taking me out? Like, do you feel like your compensation for you taking me out to eat is you getting sex in return?
That part.
so. Let me explain. Let me
So that's,
explain.
I feel like it's like it's supposed to be like an exchange of transaction.
So
The transaction is you feed me, you take me out on a good night, whether it's a movie and then we go out to eat, and then your transaction in return should be sex.
so let
Like
That
me
you
should
let me
not
want
be
me to
the
be there
transaction.
early?
And if it's not sex, then it has to be, oh, you ain't gonna give me a kiss at the end of the night? Because there's been that too. Because if even if you don't give them sex, it's always, oh, so I ain't gonna get a kiss. No, you ain't gonna get no kiss. The fact that you gotta ask for it, your ass ain't getting it.
so let me
Really
explain that.
quickly,
That is go ahead, Tony.
oh, really quickly, Nigel. I think it's not that we go out on these dates knowing that this is the case. We get on these dates and then realize this is the case. But go ahead,
This is the
Santa.
case. Exactly.
So let me explain that. Let me explain these memes. Memes are all stereotypes, and we all know some stereotypes. All stereotypes is true to a certain degree. They're not 100% true, but they're true to a certain degree. With that being said, again, when somebody asks you for your number, let's go back to our first episode. If somebody asks you for your number, they are physically attracted to you. The first thing that came in that they seen was a physical feature. Something attracted them to you. Yes, when you go out on a date, there's no guarantee that you are going to smash. Nobody says, if I'm buying you food on the first date, if I'm picking you up on the first date, you have to let me smash. No, that does not exist. If you choose to let me smash, I ain't gonna say no, but that does not exist that you have to let me do anything because women don't have to do anything for a man.
There are men that have those bold expectations, is what I'm trying to tell you. Those bold expectations that a female has to, this is what the end result is because I have now taken you on said date.
Hmm. And I've been. Let me give you a prime example. I've been on a date with it. It was a guy. He's a lawyer, and he was a lawyer in New York City, bigging up his, oh, I'm a lawyer. I do. Took me to a rooftop some rooftop restaurant in New York City. And by the way, I met him there. He didn't have to pick me up. I met him there. Still was a gentleman. I was talking to him over the phone and everything. Met him there. Paid for my drinks. Did everything. He was touching me, which I like that. That was another situation. Touch me. I ain't asked to be touched, but I still went throughout the date with him and everything. I wanted to go home. I was ready to go home. He didn't want me to go home. No, I'm taking my ass home. Oh, why you gotta go home? It's so no, I won't go home. It's time for me to go home. I need to go home. He wanted me to go back to his place. By adamant, all means necessary. He wanted me to go back to his place. For what? For why am I going back to your place for? I want to go home. Let me go home. Okay. Boom. Okay, fine. You want to, entertain me at your house? Fine. Go to your house. Spend 30 minutes there. It's now time for me to leave. It got to the point where he did not want me to leave. He got so I'm like, listen, homeboy, it's either you pay for me an Uber to go home, or I'll pay myself an Uber. Guess what? He called me an Uber to go home. I made it very clear to him, you ain't getting under this pussy tonight. But sometimes they get too aggressive to the point whereas they try to show you what they have or what I can provide for you or I got this, I got that, or this and that, and then think that you still gonna give them pussy at the end of the night. Just because you got money don't mean shit. I still don't want to give you the pussy. I'm going home.
So I
But
100%
once
agree with you.
again, just because a female invites you back to her place or goes back with you to your place also doesn't mean that y'all about to have sex.
But they
This is true.
exactly, and then they
This
make
is
the
true.
assumption that and when you even give them the clarity that you don't even sometimes I'm gonna say this, and Tonilisa and Nikki, you could tell me if you agree with me on this. There's times when you tell them you're like you want to end the night, but you still try to entertain the idea because you want to get to know them a little bit better. And even after you entertain the idea and you still let them know where your standards are and where you ready to cut off, they still push the limit. They be pushing that limit, and then when they push the limit to the point where there's no return, you're just annoyed at the end of the night. You're like, why the fuck am I even trying to give them a chance?
Okay, so I'm gonna say this: dudes tend to play to whatever their strong suit is. If their strong suit is I have a lot of money, then they tend to splurge to try to buy affection. If their strong suit is I know how to converse with somebody, then they tend to talk a lot. If their strong suit is they know how to comprehend, then they tend to listen a lot. Dudes tend to play to their strong suits. Does it always work for every woman? No. No woman is alike another woman. No two alike like a snowflake. That is the truth. So when, like you said, you went on a date with a lawyer, maybe his strong suit is money. So he felt like, oh, if I buy this, if I buy that, then she will like me more. She will be willing to let her guard down. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna let your guard down.
And I just want to quote with Nigel. Nigel, I agree with you. Yes, we do come with money. I always do. I come with
Next
money
money.
and Uber money. So when I'm ready to go,
Oh,
I'm
in
out.
fact, you kind of messed up by letting him pay for the Uber because then he knew exactly where you lived. I would have told you to just get an Uber from your
Oh
place and
no. Guess what? No. He didn't know where I live. It wasn't even like that. I paid for the Uber. Well, I put the Uber in my on my phone, and he gave me his card.
There you go. There you go. Smart
So
woman.
I was
Smart woman.
smart. Now you
Smart
not gonna know
woman.
where I live. You give me your card, I'm gonna pay for the Uber, and I'm gonna go home.
There you go. I got a lot of
And
nieces, nephews, and friends that I got to teach them to run around and not get caught up by these
yeah,
people
you
out
gotta
here.
you can't be having them put yeah because then they know where you live. If they're gonna you gonna call me an Uber or you want because I was like the situation was I was gonna pay myself an Uber to go home, and he
Hmm.
didn't want me to leave, and he was like, "Oh, I'll pay for it for you." Okay, then give me your card.
Hmm.
He was like, "Oh, I'll put it through my phone." No, you give me your card, and I will pay for it with your card.
Yeah, he was risking it all too with that because now you got his card information. Now, if a girl is not
Right.
having a good time on a date with me and she says she's gonna pay for
Yeah.
an Uber, I'll wait for your Uber with you to make sure nothing happens.
Look,
No,
I don't even I don't even chance that. I know I'm like if I'm not feeling it, I'd call my Uber and then tell them, oh yeah, I'm leaving. My
There you
Uber's
go,
outside.
smart woman. Your, I've used that line on many times. Your Uber's outside. Your Uber's outside. So what we doing after this? Your Uber's outside.
I've never had someone call me an Uber. That's crazy. That's
okay, I'm gonna ask you.
embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. I want to ask real a situation. Let me ask you. Let me ask you real. Okay. So there was this. I'm gonna. Tony Lisa probably knows about this situation. I'm gonna ask you um about this. I'm gonna give you a scenario. So let's
Nikki.
say you did. No, it's not you, but you know about the scenario. So let's say you dated somebody, right? And the situation was you weren't really dating. Y'all had sex, and the person was hinting that they wanted to stay over, but you was just like, oh, you can leave if you want, it's no big deal. But you didn't like entice them, like, oh, you can stay. Like you just had sex, and there was no committed relationship. Y'all not in a committed relationship. Y'all just had sex, and the girl wanted you to kind of tell her, oh, I want you to stay, but you never said to her that she should stay. You could say you can leave, you can come, you can go as you want. And she left, and you guys never talked again. You guys never conversate, never talked again. And then you saw her a couple years later, and then she hold like some type of grudge to you 5 years later. Somebody needs to
Okay.
know what I'm
Okay.
talking about. Somebody needs to know exactly what I'm talking about. So she holds a grudge with you 5 years later. And it wasn't like, oh, the guy told you to leave or he kicked you out. He was just saying, you can stay, you can come. And she left. But then 5 years later, you still hold a grudge because the guy never kind of was a gentleman or like walked you out to the Uber. You just kind of walked out of his house
It's
with
not
like,
that Z. The female wanted the guy to be like, no, don't leave.
yeah,
Please
she wanted
stay.
that. She wanted that situation.
Stay the
Do you
game.
feel like, yeah, okay, but Tony, now, like me and Tony Lisa agrees. But before I say what my opinion about it is, do you feel like she should hold a grudge after 5 years?
So if this is a friend that you know, the next time you see her, you should
This is
tell
not a
them.
friend that I
No, listen,
know.
listen, listen. The next time you see this person, you should tell them to put a quarter in their ass because they played themselves. You played yourself. You thought you was made an assumption and you made an ass out of yourself. You thought, oh, if I just, hang around, he's gonna say no. Don't assume that anybody's gonna do anything for you. So she
But
played herself.
do you think she should still hold a grudge against that man? I kind of
What
feel like,
when I think she shouldn't, but women are gonna do what women are gonna do. If she wants to hold a grudge, that's what she want to do. I think that she shouldn't because 5 years is a lot of time to pass. A lot can happen in 5 years. I'm pretty sure a lot has changed in his life. A lot has changed in her life. Why are you still worrying about this man from 5 years ago?
over sex that you had 5 years ago with this man. That's why I kind of was just like, you had sex 5 years ago with this man. Like,
He must have
is
did
that a
something that she
grudge you
liked that
still
nobody
hold?
else did.
That's what I'm
So,
wondering. Like, was his penis that good? I'm just like,
He did something that nobody else did, and she mad. And
She
she
may have
mad.
wanted more with him.
She
that
definitely
part,
wanted more with
Nikki.
him. She definitely
That
wanted
Nikki,
more
part.
with
you
him,
do you
but
agree?
he
She
didn't
done
want
she
more
So,
with
done
her.
built a whole future in her head with this
but
man.
Right. I think like I wouldn't I mean, I personally think she shouldn't still hold a grudge, but I think she really expected so much with him and more out of it, and the sex must was good. And she in her feelings. So she can't let it go feeling like,
But
oh no, like
God,
he should have did
yeah.
this and he
okay, but Nikki,
Nikki,
even after, and but let me tell you, Nikki, 5 years, and even when he saw her after 5 years, he apologized and said, "I'm
oh no,
sorry
she's
for
just
you."
stuck in her feelings. She
Yeah,
can't let
she's
it
stuck in her
go.
feelings.
She just stuck in
Damn.
her feelings. Yeah, I would let it go. 5 years, it's over. Well, you should have been on the bigger and better. It didn't
That's
work.
a fact.
Whether it was his fault, her fault, the point is move on. And he
Bad.
apologized. Let it go.
Yeah, he apologized. He
That's a fact.
apologized. I
Why she didn't
like
reach out in those
it's
5 years? Because she was being petty. Because she was being petty. I want him to reach out to me. He got to call me. She's being
Basically,
petty.
She's
that's what
still in
that
Being
them
petty.
was.
feelings. Yep. Like, still expecting things.
Now I don't
So
know about. I can't speak for other men, but in my situation, you're not allowed in my house unless we have something close together. Everybody's not
right.
welcome in my house. That's number one. And if you are in my house and we have something close, I have no problem leaving you at my crib. I have no problem taking you wherever I'm going. But if we not close, it's definitely what you doing after this? Because I'm about to go this way, you about to go that way. I'm gonna go left, you gonna go right.
I have one last question for y'all. At this big grown age we at now, right? This big grown age.
Hmm.
we ain't that old. We ain't that old.
Some of us still in the 20s.
That's right, bro. Let her know.
She's
Uh
still in the 20s.
I'm the only one in my twenties on here.
No, I am still 26. I don't care what nobody said.
We gonna go with that Z. Um Now one night stands. What's y'all thought on this at our age now? Not back then when we were like in high school. At this big grown age.
One night stands?
Yeah.
Why not?
I do what I want at this
Yeah,
big
why not?
age.
You grown? Why not?
At this big age, I do what I want. If that's
Nikki
what you
said, "I do what
Listen,
I want." Nikki
right
take it
Period.
back.
at this big
Nikki
age,
time.
life is too
that's right,
short.
Nikki.
If you
Nikki.
want him and that's what you want to do, can't nobody talk on you because we all grown. He wanted
That's
it, you
I
right,
wanted
do what
it,
I
Nikki.
y'all have
want.
fun and go your way or make it work after that. Whatever it goes after that. But the point is that's what you wanted and he wanted. Ain't nobody take it. Have fun.
Well, Nikki, it
There
doesn't
you go.
necessarily the case he wanted it, but if I want it, then I'm gonna get it.
No,
And then
that's
you
what I'm
go
saying.
your
That's
way
what
and
I'm
I go
saying.
my
I'm
way.
No,
saying
no,
like
no,
if
no,
y'all
no,
didn't
no,
do
Agreement
no.
it
and I
come in
No,
wanted
and
it
you
this is
then.
a
We can
Yeah,
mutual
okay,
he,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
mutual
know.
agreement. It's a
But there's some
mutual
of them,
agreement.
but there's not some of them that are mutual agreements because I've had these sugar mamas out here that I know about these older women that be messing with these young boys, and they be laying it on these young boys, and these young boys be she just only wanted a one night stand. These young boys be wanting to come back, and she like, nah, I'm good.
I
She
mean,
just
it's
wanted
Like
them for
you
one
said,
risky.
night.
that's
It's
too
it's
dangerous.
I
risky,
keep on
but I don't feel
telling the
it should
youth.
be more of an embarrassment. Like back when they used to be like, "Oh, you had a one night stand." Everybody's grown. Everybody's having sex. Everybody's doing. The kids is having sex. So why are we gonna worry about adults doing
In the
what they doing?
staircase,
The
in the
kids is
park, and
fucking.
in the car.
The,
The kids is
you,
having sex.
the kid.
He
I
said
mean, they
no.
shouldn't be.
Okay,
They
let's say
shouldn't
this:
be, but they
safe
having
sex,
sex. It is what it
safe
is.
sex, safe
They.
sex. Because he
That's
says
what I'm saying.
dangerous.
So
Safe
if it's
sex.
say if it's safe sex, it's safe sex. Whether it's today or next week, if it's safe sex, it's safe sex. Now, if you meet somebody one night stand and you're not using protect, now that's a whole different field.
Then
I ain't
you
talking
living
about that
wild
because
and
that ain't going
dangerous,
down
and
over here. But
you playing Russian roulette with a fully
right,
loaded pistol.
exactly. But
Like
one
we,
night stand don't have I don't know because some people really they will talk the whole day, and if you went out with them that night, y'all probably was already feeling each other. Y'all didn't talk the whole day. You might feel like you knew him forever. You could talk to somebody a
Yeah.
week and might have talked to them twice that week and feel like you don't know them. So use protection, and if you want to do a one night stand, y'all be safe out there.
yes, please pull
You
out the
know what it
No,
condom.
is?
I
I
agree. I agree with Nikki. Do what you want. You grown. Just protect yourself at all
Protect
times.
yourself. Be safe. Protect yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's risky, period. You could wait 2 months and it be risky because if that person was out there, baby, you'd have waited 2 months
that's
to get
true.
give yourself to somebody that ain't, that's not kosher.
That's
So,
why I said protect
So
yourself at all
always
so
times.
protect
protect
At
yourself
yourself.
all
regardless.
times.
Always.
You know, protect yourself. I don't personally look for no one night stand. I'm not out there like, hey, yeah, I think him. Or I'm gonna have no, but ain't nothing against it.
I can't have sex with somebody that I don't got chemistry with.
Right, because when you have
But
chemistry,
how
it's
how
Ooh.
there.
fast does
If
it take
it's
you to
there,
develop
it's there.
chemistry?
You might have just met him. If it's there, it's there.
Exactly, because
Because if you
chemistry
talk to
can
somebody a
develop
week,
like
you could
that.
talk to them for a week and still feel
I
skeptical.
agree.
Like, oh,
But
I don't
it's
know.
those people
Maybe,
that
maybe
don't give
not.
up.
Maybe. like, and you could have talked to that man all day and you feel like, hey, you know, I got to know him a little bit. We went on a date and went good. And if you want to do that, y'all grown.
Well, there
But
you
you
go.
know,
You
there's
grown. Do
people
what you
that
want.
say that you can develop feelings for people after a while. So they stay in those friend zone areas and in hopes that something become like develops out of it. Like how long you gonna stay in the friend zone, little boy?
But
So
when do you know? When do
I
you
had
know
hold on.
it's over?
I had this conversation at work like 3 days ago about men and women being friends. And one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, men and women cannot be friends because
That's
if
not true.
I'm friends with a woman, I'm gonna want to smash." And I'm like, "Dog, you missing out on so much opportunity by thinking like that.
Yeah.
Because if you are friends with this girl, guess what? She knows you as an individual. She knows you're a good person. She has friends. You're messing it up. You fumbling the whole bag, bro.
All right, she could put you on to our friends.
You're fumbling. Tonilisa is one of my close friends. I'm pretty sure if I had a crush on one of her friends, she would big me up.
Ah.
Oh, I
She
don't think
frying.
so, Rel.
She frying. She frying. She
No,
frying. Cause
I'll definitely say wing girl.
Word.
I'll definitely put that word in.
and I feel like all of my female friends have friends that if I had a crush on them, they would big me up because I don't believe I'm a bad person.
Nah.
If they your friend, I think you got to meet them off of friendship and not chemistry.
That's a
That's
fact.
where it
All,
goes
all
left. Like if you just meet them and that's really your friend, you get to know like, oh, she's cool. But it's when you get that like, I had a crush on you. I want to take you on a date, and then now you don't have the date, but they still hanging around. Usually they're trying to wean themselves in to
see that's
getting good
different.
with you.
That's different.
No, but bro, you said
All of
something
my
back
female
then.
friends, all of my female friends were either introduced from somebody else or co-workers. So it was never no physical I'm trying to get with them thing. These are all people that they mean something to me in my life because they've been there for me.
Nah, they just put us in the same class. That's just how that
See,
happened.
shit like that. Or they got a friend that play basketball and they friend think I'm nosy.
Ah, shut up. Yo, so but you said something back then, bro. You was like, even though they friends, all guys wanna smash.
So no, I don't think all guys want to smash their friends. I think majority of guys would smash their friends, but I don't think they want to. It's a
That's what you
difference.
said. That's what you
Just
said.
because you my friend does not mean I want to smash you. But if you throwing it, who am I to deny you?
Right.
It's
That's
a
what you said.
difference. It's a difference between me pursuing you and you be like, yo, it's been 8 years. Why not?
But is that? But is that even like
It's
I've heard
passionate
people
of
say they've
friendship
been
around
friends with a
here.
guy for a minute, and I just kind of feel like this is just stupid. Where or if me and him don't get with somebody, then me and him gonna just get together.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
told one of
like
my
that's just
homegirls that.
stupid.
I told one of my homegirls that. I said, yo, if you're not married at 50 and I'm not married at 50, why not?
You know what? I have a person like that. You know this person, Z. I'm gonna put you on. Just at the end of the day, I I don't like if all my guy friends are legit my friends, and I have lost a relationship before because this person just felt like any guy friend that I have want to smash me. They're like, "There's no way you can have guy friends. Look at you. What the does that mean?"
That's because that's how he thinks. And
Yeah,
that's the reason
exactly.
why most people think men and women cannot be
Can I be
friends.
friends? Yeah.
But me,
Bruh.
I got a bunch of female friends, and I'm not trying to smash none of them. I'm cool just being friends. They put me on game. They tell me what girls be thinking. They help me out.
Right.
And vice versa. I help them out, tell them about dudes and all this other stuff.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. Listen, at the end of the day, um, have safe sex.
That's a
If
fact.
Yes.
have
Facts.
have safe sex. If you're going on a date with somebody that you really don't know, or you think you know but you really don't know, make sure you have a taser, pepper spray, something that protects yourself.
Me in
Go in a
public.
really occupied space, 42nd Street, walk Times Square, some shit like that, where there's no way. just
Or you
try to
can
be
do like
safe
me and my
with
bros used
everything
to
you
do.
do.
You tell
You know?
somebody to stand on the corner.
Oh Lord.
Oh, and
Legit,
bring
legit.
pocket money with you because
This
And
if they
guy,
don't
always
pay that
tell
bill,
and
my
tell
homeboy was talking
somebody where you're going and who you're going with.
my
yes.
my homeboy was talking to this girl, and he told her, he's like, "Yo, meet me by Boys and Girls High School." And then she texted him and was like, "Yo, I'm here. I'm by Boys and Girls." And he said, "Rel, walk with me to go see what this girl looked like." When we got there, he seen her and he turned around. He's like, "Oh, my fault. I had a family emergency." You always got to see from a distance. You never know. You never know.
That's messed up.
See, Virginia, let me put that back up. So she said one night stands are necessary sometimes, right? But I think that's why let me not say we, family members. That's why some people keep friends with benefits. These are the friends that you trust and can go to anytime you, I wouldn't say friend, but this is the person you go to anytime you want a little, because you know
See,
this person is
but that
clean, this
that that that
person,
that that might only work if you're not in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and you doubling back with your friend with benefits, how is that supposed to help develop your relationship?
no, we not talking about being in a relationship. I think like me, right, as a single female, it would be best to, if I'm not let's say I'm not seeking for a relationship, it would be best that I have that one single friend that I go to whenever my spider webs is getting anytime my pipes is getting clogged up and I need a plumber to come in real quick. You know, that one special person. I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks for stopping by, cleaning my pipes. Have a good day. I'll call you when I need you.
Right.
Like that one good friend.
And where you found this friend at?
I
You
ain't say
dated this
I need that
person
friend.
before?
I'm
You
just
did?
saying.
Oh, you dated this person before? Did somebody introduce you to this person? Like, where do you
Um,
find this friend at?
I'm not saying I have that person, but it would never be a friend, you know? It would
It'd
never
be
be
an
a friend. It
ex.
would be like
An
I
ex.
most likely a little
Yeah,
tap.
that's leading to trouble because when you go mess with an ex, that then Phillips start to resurface, and nah, I'm good on that one.
But it don't
I
always have
think
to be
I
an
think the
ex.
friends.
You can have somebody that you're attracted to. You have that physical connection. You know that person is not good for a relationship, and you also may not want a relationship. So you know what? Let's do what we do until we both get on into something serious.
So what
I've
happened if
had
you
that
call that?
situation. Yeah. Go ahead,
What happened if
Ralph.
you call that friend and he be like, "Nah, I got a girl."
That's
Then you got a
okay.
girl.
You
So
gotta
It
what
do
you
was
it
gonna
right.
do?
You gotta
You
you
just
gotta
gonna
make
you
it
Yeah,
just
then
right.
you
gonna
got a
you just gonna
girl.
cobweb up, huh? You just gonna cobweb up, huh?
Listen,
no.
you got
You find somebody to replace them, but you're not
but,
dibbling
but
and
you
dabbling.
said that
But you're not
one
dibbling and
friend.
dabbling with three, four, five
For
different people at the
people,
same
it's the one
time.
person, but now he got somebody. Now you gotta find your one person
you
again.
gotta find your one person.
Okay, okay.
You're not dibbling, dabbling, and hopping in five different beds at the same time. No, this one person bed that you used to hop in now it's not available. So you either take a leave of absence, play with the shower head, toys that you
Get
may
your
have.
toys.
Jet
Look,
mode, right? Jet mode,
Pull out the
right?
old toys.
okay, that shower head save lives. Play with the shower head, or you go on and find your next person.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I'm just saying, as somebody who, you know, I've never had relations with an ex, but me and my exes are still cool. I
But
can't
who
see
says it
myself
has
having
to be?
relations with them.
Who said it has to be an ex? Like she said, it doesn't necessarily have. It has to be somebody who you're just comfortable with
How
doing
did
Right.
things
you
with.
get comfortable with this person? Because she said it's not a friend. So if it's not a
You
friend, then
Oh
I'm assuming
no,
it's an
but it
ex.
let's
doesn't
say
have to
you're in the same
necessarily say
circle, you've been seeing this person, you talk to this person,
exactly.
like I have each other's number, y'all talking, whatever. And then the person is like, well, I'm not looking for a relationship. And you're like, in the back of your mind, you know in your heart that you don't need to be in a relationship right now either. But you a little horny. You just be horny. So
But
y'all just
but it
create that boundary. This is all we're gonna be doing. We're not seeking a relationship out of what's happening here. And
it could be a friend too. It could be a friend too. Some people
I'm
do it
not.
with
I'm
friends.
not hopping in none of my friends' bed. I'm
No,
not.
but some people know.
That's
Some people do that. Some people, let's be real. Some
that's
people
must
do
not
do
be a
that,
friend
and
bed.
still, some people still do that, and some people are comfortable with doing that. And if that's their comfortability with it, that's on them. But it's on them and their friendship if they're willing to still be friends with that person afterwards.
Don't worry, because you might get that. We more than friends now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's really depending on that person. Because I know people who've had slept with their friends and they're still friends to the day. And that person they've moved on with their lives. That person got married, another person got married, and they're still cool.
I'm
I think I
Even
sorry.
could
though
do that. It's never happened, but I think I could do that.
how what
It's
do you
like,
say?
like, no, I get what you're saying. Like me and Sean, no shade. Like I would still consider him my friend,
Okay. I'm pretty sure he considers you
but
his
at,
friend also.
right. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't take a tap back. But I also wouldn't hop into bed with Tai Tai or with Rel. Like I would never have that idea of hopping into bed with Rel. Like
I
that.
understand. It
I
makes
feel
sense. It
like
makes
those are
sense.
just
Yeah,
boundaries that you don't cross.
Then
that
plus,
is
me and
boundaries
Sean
and
is like
don't
brothers. Like
cross. But
that's
there's some
crazy.
boundaries people do cross though. I've heard it so many times that there's boundaries that people do cross, and it's just like, so is it okay to cross those boundaries, or is it not okay to cross those
Nah,
boundaries?
at
It,
some point, certain friends become family, and you're gonna look at them and be like, oh, that's incest.
it's
That's a fact. Tony like my sister.
right. Yeah,
That's
for some
true.
people that's
It's
too
like
much.
it's
That's too
incest.
yeah.
I'll put you one of my homegirls, but me,
As you
it's
should.
incest,
As
man.
you should.
That's
I think
incest, bro.
friendships should stay friendships. That's just my opinion, to each his own, but friendships should
Right.
stay friendships. How do you look at your friend as more than that and then say, oh no, that's just my friend? No, it ain't just your friend. You have a sexual
Mhm.
interest or y'all have been doing something. It creates sometimes that little, energy that when they get someone, them feelings all of a sudden you acting shady and funny because you had an intimacy with them. And now,
Exactly.
so I mean, my preference is friends stay friends. Cause I start looking at you like family.
And I've
That's a
heard of
fact.
that
Right.
too many times. That's the problem. I've heard of that too many times where, and Tony Lisa know what I'm talking about too, where they've been friends for a long time and then all of a sudden they want to start dating. I'm like, you sure about that?
See, I'm not
Listen,
gonna knock somebody who do that because we've been friends for a long time, you know me in and out, I know you in and out, and I just can't seem to find somebody. You just can't seem to find somebody. We 70 years old. Might as well. Why not? Why not? I don't trust nobody like I trust you. We 70. Might as well. I've been
Sometimes
I
not
looking
don't
for
meant to
know.
50
be.
years.
Yeah, but
So,
if I
Val, will you
never,
date Tony Lisa?
bro, no.
Today? Now? No.
Uh,
5,
Exactly. That's
10,
what I
30, 40
mean.
years from now? Who knows?
By
nah.
then she should
'Cause
have been
my thing
sister,
is,
sister,
if
like
I
really your
never,
sister, sister.
right,
In
if I
30,
never
40 more
found that
years.
the sexual attraction to you, then why would I find it now? And the reason
That's
that
my
that
point.
sexual attraction never came up is not that you're not a handsome dude. You're very handsome. It's just that I see you as family.
Family.
Like I can't see it.
It's not
But
fair.
if I'm
It's not.
70 years old and Tony's 70 years old, and she like,
Nah,
yo, I
Tony
never
Lisa
I
been.
said,
get it.
I'm
nah.
I
saying,
can get it.
she
I'm
like,
Tony
saying,
said,
I
nah,
never, I
bro.
never
Nah,
been married a
bro.
day in my
It's
life,
a dub.
and we might as well just get married. Oh, fuck it, might as well just to say we did it. Why not?
No, it sounds like desperation. But
That's
like
called that's
we don't
called
want to
that's
die.
called seeing that's called seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You don't want to die
No, but
alone.
why do we have to get married? Why can't we just live together as best friends and that
Exactly.
just be it? We go on
That's true.
trips and live the rest of our
hell no,
lives
over here.
Yeah, but
single and
I I can do that with you now without being married. I could if I was homeless and you had a spare room, I don't think you would tell me be homeless.
I would never do that.
Exactly.
That don't mean
So
the room is for you to look into the other room.
keep your eyes
The
closed
room
when
is
I walk
Keep
because
your
in.
eyes.
you my friend and you need somewhere to lay for a little while, stay. You know what I'm
The
saying?
trash,
Not to
right?
look in the other room.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean,
Well,
I've if I had a spare room, I think I would let my friends crash there too. But what goes on in my room is my business.
agreed. Now,
Facts.
Rel, Nikki, Zainab. I love you all. Prince did not join us tonight. I believe
He
he
gonna get
had
an
work.
earful.
I believe he had work tonight. So shout out to him either way. I think Elegance and Focus still owes him an apology for messing up the flyer earlier. That was not me, by the way. That was George. So, shout out to him and shout out to Elegance and Focus magazine. We are bringing the Let's Debate with Tonilisa live straight out of the printed. I believe the magazine drops this week. I can be incorrect, but I do believe the printable and hard copy should be dropping this week. Look out for it. It's dope as hell. It's like a Juneteenth edition.
I want
Okay.
my magazine so I can put it up in the back.
I'm gonna give you the one where I'm on the cover too.
And
Y'all
I'm gonna put it right. And just let them know each magazine I'm going to stack it up. Yeah.
let me know. So,
Send me my own, please. I beg.
as you all know, I am currently on vacation in Tobago with my lovely family. My beautiful 16-year-old sister who stepped in the camera briefly. I'm enjoying it. I have a tan, but y'all can't really see it right now in this lighting, but it's okay. Y'all gonna see when I get back. Love my home country. Shout out to Tobago. It's Trinidad and Tobago, but people forget the Tobago. Um, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of my family that I have yet to see. And most importantly, happy birthday to my aunt Sandra, who also raised me. I love her to pieces. That
Happy
is my
birthday,
mother.
Auntie.
My mother. That is my
Auntie, happy birthday, auntie. Auntie,
mother.
auntie, auntie.
Yes. I think no, nothing. Tai Tai and Z has met Auntie. So Nikki, you're next. You gotta come to a holiday and meet Auntie because all my friends love her.
Listen,
Okay?
That's
Okay,
a
auntie's
let me
food.
fact.
know. I'm down.
Auntie's
Yeah,
That's
food.
a
she
fact.
makes sure
Yep.
Auntie's food is lit. Okay.
That
Now,
macaroni pie. Hey.
shout out to Rel, Nikki, Zainab, and Porter Prince who's not here right now. But shout out to all four of you guys. I appreciate y'all to pieces for always making this happen. Shout out to Virginia Kathy. Collection is dropping in 2020. It's already. Oh, I can't wait for your birthday, girl. It's gonna be up, up, up. Shout out to Elegance and Focus, Nigel, everybody that stopped in tonight. I appreciate y'all. Claiborne, love your designs as well. Everybody, okay? And Fresh, go ahead. Ty Ty, do your thing.
All right. This is me signing off. Like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again. If you're trying to get fit, hit up Nels Training on Instagram. He can get you right for the summer, for the winter, for whatever you're trying to get right for. Just tell him Rail sent you. Go cop the book Troubled Souls on Amazon, written by Lance Wright. NBIS, it's a movement. We about to be out again. And that's it. I'm out of here.
You can catch me at on Instagram, Princess Nikki Love.
And guys, you catch me for everything A to Z. And that's everything with the TIN from A to Z on Instagram. Still doing my makeup tutorials and everything, doing new things. Gonna be doing some colors this summer, inspired by Nikki baby. So I'm gonna be doing some colors this summer. So expect that pretty soon.
Yes. So I will be listing the everyone at the bottom in the details. I'll be listing those people that we mentioned, the designers like Virginia Kathy, the trainer that Ty Ty mentioned, just so y'all have the information that y'all could go back to and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm about to get ready to go to Sunday school. It's a party that happens every Sunday.
And
So
it's called Sunday School.
Sunday
it's called
school,
Heathens.
see
Sunday
her
school.
live, see her
It's
live,
Heathens.
see her live, see her live.
crazy. Yo!
What time is it right now in Trinidad?
It's 10:39. It's 10:40. Yeah,
Okay,
we're
I
in the same
see.
timing right now.
All
Okay,
right. All
this
right.
one
And
about to
Nikki,
go
I will be
enjoy.
by to pick up a plate one of these days. I don't know when.
I'm
You
always eating,
already
right?
know.
I know.
Y'all are always
Always
Yeah,
eating. Like, so
A plate
greedy.
in the spades game.
always.
Over.
so
Yeah, we always playing spades too.
good night,
Good
everyone.
night, guys.
Good night.
Stay safe. Happy 4th of July, guys.
Same
You
to
too.
you.